Good evening. My name is James Kuhn, and I'm the program manager at Town Hall Seattle. On behalf of Town Hall and our friends at the Bushwick Book Club, it's my pleasure to welcome you. Thank you to everyone who's joining us, both in person and online tonight. As we get underway, I would like to acknowledge that our institution stands on the unceded traditional territory of the Coast Salish people, particularly the Duwamish. We thank them for our continued use of the natural resources of their ancestral homeland. Town Hall is adding new events to our calendar every day. We'd love it if you want to join us back here right in the forum on this coming Friday, June 20th, for our Hall Pass Variety Show. It's going to be an amazing evening of comedy and music and drag, so we really hope you can join us. Yeah. You can find tickets and information on our website, townhallseattle.org. Town Hall and Bushwick Book Club are both member-supported organizations, so I'd like to thank all the members who are watching tonight. Yeah. If you aren't a member yet and you're inspired by both programs and partnerships like the one you're about to see, please consider supporting us by joining or donating. Your support helps keep Town Hall a place for everyone. Tonight, Bushwick Book Club brings together a group of talented performers in creative response to Genderqueer by Maia Kobabe and Sex is a Funny Word by Cory Silverberg and Fiona Smyth. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our MC for this evening, Sailor St. Clair. Thank you.
Inspiration from the page, now translated for the stage. It don't matter.
Hi there, friends. How are you all doing out there tonight? Oh, it's nice to be in a somewhat cool space together after a sunny day, right? Especially if you've been outside exercising your First Amendment rights today. Did anybody do that? Congratulations to you. Thank you so much for speaking up and speaking out about the things that you believe in. Bushwick's season, this season, has been dedicated to banned books. And so I think there's like nothing better that you could do at the end of a day of free speech than to sit in a room with a bunch of people who say, you know what? Fuck book banning. It's just antithetical to that whole First Amendment thing, right? We can all get on board with that today, I think. I'm Sailor St. Clair. I'm your MC for this evening. I use she, her pronouns. I am wearing a funky blue romper. For the people on the live stream, if you need a visual description, either at home or in this room, we're in a funky blue romper. I'm showing a lot of leg. I have drag queen hair on because, you know, the higher the hair, the closer to God, right, babies? That's how it goes. Which I've decorated with a particular colorful array of flowers today because this is Pride Month, which is why we are doing these two books. And so this is a great time for me to tell you that while I am usually the person who comes to host a Bushwick Book Club show when it's like the classic of the season, I'm like, ooh, is it from 1850? Give me that. I want like a big, long, thick classic. That's what I want to read today. Thank you for supporting my love of like antiquarian writing. I'm very thank you to that one person who's in the room for the big, thick classics. But I'm here today because I am a queer person. I'm a bisexual, which means that I am both attracted to banned books and books that are not banned. That's not what that means. You know that that's not what that means if you read either of the books that we're talking about tonight. So all of our artists this evening are coming together in song to share their recollections, their thoughts, and the ways that they've been inspired by these two graphic novels, actually, which at least one of them happens to be like the #1 most challenged book in America right now. So I, go out with a bang, right? It's the final show of the season, so let's do a big one. So we're here this evening to celebrate those works in song with Maia Kobabe's Genderqueer sitting on top of the ALA's list of most challenged books in 2023. And then Cory Silverberg and Fiona Smith's Sex is a Funny Word, a book about bodies, feelings, and you, which people just don't really like because they don't want kids to know appropriate terminology for their bodies. But we should all know that because it makes us feel better about our bodies as we go through life. If we understand what we're actually talking about, then we're not so afraid of it. Yeah, Scream clitoris. Love that. Clitoris. That's great. We love it. Scream vulva, you know? Oh, I like you. You're making me remember when I was in college and we did that one show that has inaccurate terminology in the title. Love that. Love that for all of us. I do love being here with Bushwick because I just am so inspired by all of these musicians and everything that they're going to bring to you. And we have a lot of people here with us tonight who are doing their Bushwick debut. We've got 6 first-timers in an absolutely jam-packed lineup tonight. So I want to get us rearing to go out of the gate here with someone who is no stranger to the Bushwick stage. She is an irreverent roots and Americana songwriter, a multi-instrumentalist whose songs Cascadia Weekly has described as smart, sassy, sensitive, with a rare depth and range. She's got a brand new album coming out, by the way. It's called Cat Bula and the Illusion of Control. And she's also part of the Know Better, Do Better project, a collective of songwriters that anyone can join, which writes new songs to offer as alternatives to popular folk and educational songs that have racist origins. So, here to share a little bit of good work with us tonight and make some good trouble on the microphone, please welcome Cat Bula.
Hello. Thank you. I can't see you, so yell at me if my music stand is making it so you can't see me at all. Perfect. Okay, I will unrepentantly be needing my lyrics, so thank you. Yes, for those who would like some visual context, I am a white millennial. I am wearing a loud green and yellow outfit. Specifically in the millennial category, I am 5 years older than Maia Kobabe, which means that I spent my early adulthood in a similar historical moment when today's language and framing of non-binary experiences could have been really helpful, but weren't available yet. There are differences in how that played out for each of us. I don't want to spend any more time talking about the details of my experience when we're here to celebrate Kobabe's book, where A talks so incredibly well about their experience, and most folks do interact with me as a cis woman. Mostly I can roll with that. I acknowledge the privilege of that. Also kind of makes me feel like an undercover spy, which is really fun. These books, there's so many things to love about them. What's most alive for me today is the joy in them. That's what I wanted to especially respond to, especially today, when many of us have spent time living somewhere other than joy. Yes, I have all these notes. I always talk too long at Bushwick, so I'm trying to even my notes. How can I say less? I love that sex is a funny word centers joy as one of the primary guiding values alongside truth and respect and justice. I love the part of genderqueer where Kobabe talks about deciding to dress more joyfully, finding clothes that feel queer and magical. There is one space, a couple spaces maybe, one primary space where I do inhabit a non-binary space in a public way, and I have a small frustration with that space, which I shall detail thusly. The non-binary emojis line up in their shirts of gray. Haircuts nondescriptly short, they seem to have nothing to say. They look so joyless and so passive, I'm not sure who they're representing. These emojis aren't non-binary, they're pretty much non-everything. Well, except for the musician. That one's lime green David Bowie, who would obviously be default were the genders sequenced properly. What if instead we used that rock star visage in the places currently bogarted by these boring other NB faces? Let lime green Ziggy Stardust smile and vomit and stick out their tongue. Well, you might argue that a painted face can't stand for everyone, but neither does mixed gray shirt. But we knew it'd be no exception. We can't ever really illustrate ourselves without our intersections. Why can't the person in a wheelchair lift weights or wear a cowboy hat or be purple with devil horns or be a mermaid for that matter? Why can't teacher blow his nose or roll his eyes or blush or drool? Why can't the chemist wear hijab or sunglasses that prove she's cool? Surely the detective sometimes holds a pen or prays or winks or gets a haircut, flips the bird or plays croquet. And the person with gray hair and wire-framed glasses really oughta get a chance to row that rowboat that looks to be nowhere near the water. Let the farmer finally facepalm, let the goofy chic ghost shrug, let the blowtorch welder person smooch the firefighter's mug, let the ninja nurse a baby, let the pirate sport a pout, make the construction worker wave with a zipper for a mouth. Even scary clown is worthy of a broad range of expressions. Just because there are no teeth in that smile doesn't mean bro likes repression. Shouldn't zombie face emojis demonstrate the lip bite? Don't you think non-binary Santa Claus wants to run and fly a kite? Let's see the Statue of Liberty in a party hat. Oh, let's see the Statue of Liberty in a party hat with hearts for eyes and one hand in her pocket and the other one giving a peace sign. Let's see a family of gay vampires and their pigtailed vampire son. Let the troll have mutual heart eyes with, well, anyone. Let the Hina dolls flex their biceps, celebrate girl power. Surely AI could make all permutations in well under an hour. Let the superhero figure skate, the astronaut adjudicate, the red-haired monocled tuxedoed baby genie graduate. Let the emoji diorama represent the real drama. 7 billion ways of being and each day a bunch more drop. Yes, it's a multicolored world with more dimensions than boy versus girl. So let's represent ourselves as something more than what we're not. Thank you.
Keep it going for Kat Bula, everybody. I'm so delighted by that discussion of emojis because as I was listening to Kat play that song, I just kept thinking to myself, what does it mean that I only use the cat face emojis? It's truly always laughing cat or heart eyes cat, and then I think maybe martini and like little floaty hearts. That's pretty much all I've got. That's what represents me, I guess. I am a drunk cat that's in love with lots of things. That's it. That's great. You know what? That's okay. Listen, it's Pride season. We can all be whatever the hell we want, right? Now, if you have never been to a Bushwick book club show before, then I should have told you that what you're in for tonight, in addition to songs about books, is also the show's going to happen in 2 halves. And an important thing you need to know about that is that after intermission, when we start our second set of songs tonight, there will be a quiz. Okay, now don't freak out about that. Like, there's no Scantrons involved. We're not going to pass around number 2 pencils. Actually, that's not true. We might pass around number 2 pencils. But the Bushwick quiz is always administered by Bushwick's quizmaster, Wes Weddell, and it is irreverent, goofy fun. You can win some great prizes. I really encourage you to sign up to play. I promise Wes will not embarrass you too much. I promise. He'll go easy on you. But those quizzes are always a delightful way to thematize the season and to start off the second set of the show. But we're not there yet because we've got more artists to give you in the first half. So let's welcome our next guest to the stage because she's raring to go. You ready? You think you want to go? Sure. Well, Jean, let me tell the folks a little bit about you, and then you can take it away. So this is Jean Mann, my friends. And she has an intimate and personable musical style that's genre-hopping, barefoot contemporary singer-songwriter, right there, true to her nature, who sprinkles her concerts with tenor and acoustic guitars, ukulele, harmonica, and a texture-laden vocal range. She wants you to know, by the way, that she wrote this song while taking cold plunges in Lake Washington. So you can think about that and how it inspired her to write. So Jean Mann, everybody, take it away.
Thank you. I actually was working on my song this morning in the lake. I mean, I've already written it a while ago, but I was kind of practicing it underwater with my fingers. Anyway, so I'm, as she mentioned, barefoot, a white woman with curly purplish red hair in a light blue top and blue jeans, holding a baritone ukulele. As I read the novel Genderqueer by Maia Kobabe, I was moved by her story, by the intimate and colorful journey of self-discovery, as depicted in this fantastic, hilarious, and heart-wrenching story. I was inspired to write a love song for anyone who's felt rejected, othered, judged, or otherwise not accepted by individual, misguided group, or one's own government, for simply trying to be in the world and live. So this is what came from that. It's called Posy Patch World. One is born in the mountains, another by the sea. That space in between is where you'll find me. We ache and sing and love and crush. We're hearts and bones and life is such. What does it matter to me which who you're gonna be? You're they, you're them, you're E, you're M. Hello, I'm she, I'm her, I'm me. And I love you. I love you. I love the you are. The treasure of you. A wretched invention to posit the question, who do you think you are? What's under my hood don't match your view. We're just two flowers in a posy patch world. What does it matter to anyone which who you're gonna be? You're they, you're them, you're E, you're M. Hello, I'm she, I'm her, I'm me. We laugh and sing and love and crush, and we're hearts and bones, and all above the rest is love. One is born in the mountains, another by the sea. That space in between is where you'll find me. And I love you. I love you. I love you. You are treasure you.
Keep it going for Jean Mann, everybody. perhaps one day I will write a beautiful song if I learn how to cold plunge in Lake Washington. So gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, Kat and Jean are no strangers to Bushwick Book Club. You've seen them here before, performing at our shows dedicated to Aesop's Fables, or Anne of Green Gables, or Frankenstein, or recently, Dogman. But our next artist tonight is one of our first timers. Yes. Remember, we've got 6 of them this evening, so I am so glad that you can give this next artist a warm Bushwick Book Club welcome. They are a spoken word artist and musician that comes to us originally from Beaverton, Oregon. They've been writing since they were 12, and you might have seen some of their poetry published in journals such as Open Hearted or Poetry Fest. And they are here tonight to share some words and music with you. So please welcome to the stage, Elston.
Hi, I'm Ev. For the sake of description, I am a non-binary 20-something with long blonde hair. I am wearing my best green suit that my mom bought me today. And I was really struck by this part of genderqueer where the author cuts their hair. And as a non-binary person myself, I've had a very complicated relationship to whether or not I should cut my hair. But really what I think it comes down to is being taken seriously, and being taken seriously as a gender diverse person. And the conclusion that I came to is that that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist for our author. It doesn't exist for the vast majority of people who identify as having a gender diverse identity. So when I was writing this piece, I was just really struck by the idea of what do we have to do to be taken seriously, and how could we live in a world where we didn't have to beg for it. So that is what informs my piece tonight. This is my musical debut. I've only been playing piano for 9 months, so thank you for your patience with me. And without further ado, this is what they said to me. Let us meet in the middle, the chasm that divides the sacred and the natural. What is biology? What is the feeling of sticky sap racing down an evergreen tree, not quite trapped by the bark, not quite free-flowing? The tree, we call it. Unmoving, objective, sturdy fact holding upright, and wonder how to separate the fact from the emotion. I know you'd have me cut my hair, left or right, for what you could compare, for an ounce of respect or understanding. But I know who I am. What I take is expanding the ideas you have of what I should be, the assumptions you make, all that you see. For years, they have held down the black and the white, opposing the man and the woman, complementing. But in these modern times, the plates shift, teetering on the polar antithesis, the new, matching like with like, at last in symmetry, asking, pleading, what comes now in the absence of square-shaped holes? Where do we deposit the round pegs? Where shall we place the shapes which have no box to tumble into? I know you'd have me cut my hair, left or right, for what you could compare, for an ounce of respect or understanding. But I know who I am. What I take is expanding the ideas you have of what I should be, the assumptions you make, all that you see. For me, she has never fit quite right, wearing a dress and and getting it wrong. Pointed heels, a size too small, a girlhood I could not grow into. The divine femininity denied to me, the platonic ideal of woman that seethes red hot. The ember I could never live up to. Instead, I seclude into the unsure, become wild in the unknown, find peace with never setting foot into the same river twice. I know you'd have me cut my hair, left or right for what you could compare, for an ounce of respect or understanding, but I know who I am. What I take is expanding the ideas you have of what I should be, the assumptions you make, all that you see. I'll say they when asked how to call me, and tumble over as it's said, tossing and turning, the grammar not sitting right between my lips. No, they does not quite do the trick, but works well enough for now, despite the culture war over what I should uphold, what you think should go left unsaid, and wish so that in some world, long past the fighting, it could one day be we instead. The ideas you have of what I should be, the assumptions you make, all that you see, come clean in the wash as I find out what's me and settle at last on harmonious we. Thank you.
Keep it going. Elston, everybody. Pretty good debut, yeah? Yes. Can we give him one more hand? Especially knowing now that they've only been playing piano for 9 months. I played piano for my entire childhood, and I definitely cannot do that anymore. So I'm extremely impressed, as I always am. I'm always so impressed to come and join all of these multi-talented individuals who are combining words and music in just such a delightful way. And thank you all for coming out to support all of these folks. We can't do shows without audiences, and so we're really glad that you are here with us tonight. Now, this, as I mentioned, is the 2024-25 season, all dedicated to banned books. And tonight is our final show, which means that we get to tell you a little bit about what's in store for Bushwick Book Club next season for 2025-2026. So there are many shows, many titles that I have to tell you about tonight. I'm not going to do it all at once. I am a burlesque artist after all. I am very good at teasing. So I'm just going to give you a little to start us off with tonight. I'm going to begin by telling you what the theme is, and then I'll give you 3 titles that you can look forward to next year. So if we are we ready, Jeff? Are we ready to go? Great. Okay. So it is my pleasure to share with you that the theme for next year is perhaps a kind of counter-programming to a season that is all about banned books, where some of them are about, particularly like weighty topics, right? Often I hear people saying, I just want a little bit of escapism. So Bushwick is designed to do just that. Kind of, okay? The theme of next season is Escape Acts. A season of original music inspired by books that bring you stories of escape, not just from danger, but also from bad jobs or tired tropes or oppressive systems and all of the roles that we've been told to play. These are all wildly different books, as you will come to find out when I tell you about more of them tonight. But they're all asking what happens when we break out of the boxes that we've been shoved into. From space gays in mech suits, into cinnamon roll slinging orcs, brooding physicists, to background characters demanding the spotlight. Each story is a bold, funny, heartfelt push towards something freer, weirder, and more true. That sounds pretty good to me. So, with this beautiful art, this is by Barbie Stetman, yeah? Barbie's still doing gorgeous art for us. With this beautiful art as a backdrop, let me tell you about 3 of the titles that you will see next season. Now, there are no dates committed yet. These are not necessarily in order, but here we are. Here's 3 of them. So, the first book that we will be tackling, or that I will be telling you about, I don't know if it's the first book we'll be tackling, is something that will probably be quite familiar to you because it is the Pulitzer Prize winner for this year. In James, Percival Everett takes a red pen to the American literary canon and sets it on fire. Jim, now James, gets the narrative he was denied in Twain's classic, revealing a mind as sharp as the satire and a heart as big as the Mississippi. Slavery, subversion, and a whole lot of side-eye. This is the remix Huck never saw coming. Yeah. So excited to possibly join you all for that one. Next on my list of things to reveal to you is really what we often think of when we think of an escape. We think of a beach read, right? But Emily Henry's beach read is not quite that. It is fun and it is lively. She writes swoon, he writes doom. Beach read throws a romance author and a literary fiction snob into neighboring lake houses with matching writer's block. And a challenge. Switch genres, swap cynicism for kisses, and try not to fall in love. Pairing a romance author and a literary sad boy for one summer of swapped stories and creative chaos, Emily Henry's best-selling smash shows how writing out of your genre is nothing compared to falling for the person who you swore you wouldn't. My favorite phrase in the world is literary sad boy. They're like catnip to me, and apparently also to the characters in this novel. All right, and the third one I'm going to tell you about right now is a true banger. This is The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin, which I can tell many of you have heard of that. How many of you have already read it? Yeah? Okay, a handful. Great. If you haven't, you should. This is a great one from 1974. A physicist walks into a revolution. In The Dispossessed, the brilliant scientist Shevik leaves his anarchist moon for a capitalist planet to share a theory of time and ends up rewriting the future. Ursula K. Le Guin's visionary tale of walls, worlds, and radical hope is part sci-fi epic, part political thought experiment, and 100% required reading for anyone who has ever questioned the system. Sound good so far? Well, we'll tell you more titles as the evening goes on, but I want to get back to some of our fantastic performers tonight, because as you know, as I've said, we've got a crazy big stacked lineup for you tonight. So I want to welcome our next artist to join us this evening, another one of our first timers. This artist is a gender-fluid artist who drifts between sounds and words, blending music, poetry, and the in-between. Now, in their most recent project, For Someone, that's a cassette tape of audio poetry and ambient sounds recorded in residence with Centrum in Port Townsend and released by Hello America Studio Cassette. You may have actually seen them on the Mainstage here at Bushwick. Back in April at the Bainbridge Island Museum of Art, but not here in this full Mainstage season yet. So we're here to welcome them tonight. Please put your hands together for Kay Van Petten.
Wow, what an exciting season. How many of y'all were protesting today? Yes. I'm so glad to hear it. Free Palestine, abolish ICE, etc. Fighting the good fight, y'all. Thank you for getting out there, those of you who did. And I'm gonna sing a song today that kind of speaks to that. But a little background, I had a super similar childhood growing up to Maia. And so reading this, I read it so many times actually, and ended up writing 3 songs from it. And the last one, which is the one I'm gonna sing today, just poured out of me this week. And growing up, I found, like, as a weird gender fluid kid who, like, everyone knew something was a little weird about me. And I spent a lot of time in nature, and it was one of the only places I felt I could kind of see myself reflected back or see the rules of the world that in a way that made sense. And so a lot of the themes from nature really popped out at me. And I've already heard other singers tonight use some similar lines in their songs. So I am gonna end my song on that big metaphor at the end about between the mountains and the sea, which I just think is such a beautiful way to end this book. But it is a little bit of a protest anthem. What's going on this week definitely snuck into the song. And if you're down, I know there's some singers in the room, and I would love for you to sing with me. It's a pretty easy, repeatable little chorus. And so when I say, I'd love for you to sing along if you've caught on. So this is a song called Third Option. Stand up straight as the seashore. Tell me, what do you stand for? Rocking back and forth between what it is and what it could mean. Sameness is the illusion. I'm watching us in confusion, rubbing up against our genes. Not all there, but not machines. Someone came here with a dream, but I think it fell fast asleep. And I am playing the lullaby for those of us who won't shut an eye, begging for a third option. Not this or that, but a third option. Grass and blood between our legs, grew it out or forgot to shave. A suite of neurochemicals that scared the evangelicals. A pile of limes at the courthouse, a gopher snake and a field mouse. Balance as the end goal. No kings, but a flagpole hoisting up a third option. A star-spangled third option. I see you as you want to be, Wild or Warhol, Queen McQueen, between the mountains and the sea. In our third options, I want a third option. I want a third option. Sing it with me. I want a third option. I want a third option. Ring it out. I want a third option. One more. I want a third option. Stand up straight as a seashore. Tell me, what do you stand for? Thank you.
Keep it going for Kay Van Petten, everybody.
You all sound so beautiful.
You really did. I was like, wow, look when you put a bunch of singers in the room, they find the harmony immediately. So cool. Again, very intimidating. I'm very intimidated by all of your talent. What a talented crowd. should give yourselves a round of applause for joining in on that as well. And again, I want to remind you, Kay, first timer here on the Bushwick Book Club main stage. We give them another round of applause for an excellent debut, leading you all in song. I've got another first timer for you coming up. So let's keep that love going for our debut artists this evening. And we are going to welcome our next one to the stage. This is Jamie Irby. Now, Jamie is an emerging Seattle artist, the lead singer-songwriter for the band Babe Name, which is a dope name, by the way. They're currently recording their debut album and capturing tender moments in songs about desire, grief, vulnerability, and self-discovery. Their music invites listeners to join them in the process of personal becoming and the journey towards being seen. So, here to share their original song with you, please give it up for Jamie Irby.
Thank y'all. I'm Jamie. For the people watching on the stream, I am a 5'6" white transgender queer non-binary human. I'm wearing vaguely the colors of the genderqueer flag: green jacket, lilac or lavender shirt, and yeah, reading these two books. I mean, what struck me with both is right, they're written for a younger audience, and it was just the kind of resource that I really wish I had growing up as a kid, as several people have said. Because I mean, I think what they both embody is this just kind of radical permission, right? To be yourself, to understand what is going on with yourself. And I think about when, people try to ban these kinds of books, they're trying to ban your understanding of yourself. And what does that mean? To say to kids, you can't know who you are. So, I think I'm not a parent, but I get really kind of mother bear protective when people come after trans kids. This book the song is written kind of to a child, to my own inner child. I riffed off a few different things from both books, more genderqueer probably, but one was that image that several people have referenced of, the kind of the land between the mountains and the sea. I don't know why that resonates so much in Seattle. But yeah, no, it's a really lovely metaphor and imagery, and that page I think is really powerful. The other is this idea of we don't have to get it right, or that idea that other people are telling you it's oh, what you're doing is wrong. You took off your shirt to swim, it's wrong, and it's wait, they're all being silly. I'm just splashing around in the water. What's wrong with me? That was another thing. And then there's another thing, I hope I'm not cheating here by this idea from another book really kept coming up as I was reading genderqueer, but Robert Jones Jr. wrote the book The Prophets, and there's a character in it who describes their society where everyone, when they reach puberty, get to decide and declare to their community whether they will be man, woman, all, or free. And that idea of free as a gender option just has hit so powerfully with me, and I think that's what both of these books really get at, is that idea of freedom. So I kind of reference that in here too. All right. By the time you learn to speak, I hope we've come up with new words, that you never have to wonder if it's safe just to be heard, that you never try to shrink yourself to fit into their worldview. You can stop being a boy or girl, but never stop being you. And when you close your eyes at night, I hope your heart's a quiet place, that it's never filled with questioning if you deserve to take up space. And if anybody needs some time to understand things about you, that you will stay unwavering in what you know is true. And as you get a little older and your body starts to change, you can take some time to feel all that's new and pleasurable and strange. And when you're ready, you won't have to fear love from someone else. If you're grounded in the depth of love that you have for yourself. And I know, because I was the seed dropped between the mountains and the sea. They may try to say I'm just one of them, but goddamn, I am free. Like vines will send out runners, reaching ever toward the light. As I reach for the one I'd be if I didn't have to get it right. As I reach for the one I'd be if we don't have to get it right. 'Cause when the world is wrong, you can try out things if they feel true. Wear glittered gowns and roller skates. You can play with dolls or pick up snakes. And you can read or draw or write fanfic. And you can let your leg hair get real thick. Cut your hair off, grow it out. And you can raise your voice and shout. And you can ask to be called something new if it'll make you feel more like yourself. And when you go to the library, pick any book off the shelf. 'Cause we don't have to be afraid. And you don't have to get it right. We can laugh and play and try things on and not be so uptight. 'Cause the only rule is to be yourself and never dull your light. And I was a seed dropped between the mountains and the sea. They may try to say I'm just one of them, but goddamn, I am free. They may try to call me a man or woman, but I don't have to play in their key. And they can shout and spit and gnash their teeth, and I will still be me. And I pray that you won't have to fight this fight, 'cause someday we'll be free.
Keep it going for Jamie Irby, everybody. Another fantastic first-timer. Can we give a hand for them for their debut? Now, I know when they introduced their song, they also introduced how this book, how genderqueer related to another book that they had read. And they said, I hope I'm not cheating. And I just want to assure them that they're not cheating. We appreciate intertextuality here. It is the thing that your English teacher always wants you to be able to do. And so as a former English teacher, I thank you, Jamie, for that. Intersex, intertext, we're all good with all of that here. We're all about all of that tonight. Now, I'm going to give you a few more titles from Bushwick's next season, and then I'm going to bring a friend up here who's going to tell you how you can support the work of Bushwick Northwest. So, you've already heard 3 titles tonight, so I'm going to give you 3 more. Now, if you haven't yet read that Le Guin novel, The Dispossessed, maybe you've read this next book, which, quite frankly, Wes, the copy for this is good. I'm assuming this is you, and if it's not you, whoever wrote this is great. Suit up, space gaze! In The Cosmonauts by Hannah Templar, jousting isn't just for knights in shining armor. It's for queer rebels in mech suits dismantling the patriarchy one tournament at a time. Pan thought her world was small. Turns out it's galactic, gritty, and full of laser-scorched possibility. Come for the armor, stay for the found family, gay crushes, and radical acts of empathy. Hot. Let's do that. Let's all do that tonight. Gay crushes, found family, radical acts of empathy. I'm here for it. I'm super excited for that one. And after that, we've got a novel that you might know if you watch TV. I like novels that are on TV just as well as novels that are in their novel form and in song form. So this next one is Interior Chinatown by Charles Yu. Do you all watch that? Anybody watch that adaptation? Well, great. Then you're coming in fresh. I love that for you. Lights, camera, stereotype. In Interior Chinatown, Willis Wu dreams of leveling up from generic Asian man to kung fu guy in a cop show called Black and White. But what happens when the role that he's really after is just person? Part satire, part soul search, Charles Yu's groundbreaking novel is a razor-edged commentary on race, identity, and the roles we are forced to play. And I will tell you, when you read this, it is a formal treat. Very exciting, very unexpected. The writing is really cool. So I hope you will read that, enjoy it, and then come see a bunch of musicians play cool songs inspired by it. And I got one more to give you right now. So here's what's next. The Book of Delights by Ross Gay. Ooh, all right, there's some fans on that one today. So what happens if we pay attention? That's the quiet dare at the heart of the Book of Delights, Ross Gay's dazzling collection of daily essays that touch on everything from palm readings to Lisa Loeb. Funny, strange, and full of questions, these kaleidoscopic observations invite you to pause and look closer, not to escape from the world, but to escape from distraction. So, if you are excited about these 6 so far, just remember I have 3 more titles to tell you about later. But this is only part of the work of Bushwick Northwest. So when you come to these shows, you are supporting musicians, live and local in your own community. And you are also supporting Bushwick's second program, which is Style. That is songwriting through youth literature education, where musicians go into schools and teach young folks how to read books and sing songs about them, just like all the musicians you see here tonight. Those really great programs are supported by memberships. That is one of the ways that you support Bushwick Northwest. So, with that in mind, Emily Persha, can we have our social media coordinator up here to tell you all a little bit about Bushwick memberships?
Hi everyone, how you doing tonight? This is a really fun night. My name is Emily Persha. I'm Bushwick's social media manager. I have red hair, green glasses. I'm sporting a 32-week pregnant belly under my lavender dress. And I'm just so thrilled to have you all here. This has been such a special season. I had the privilege of getting to read Sex is a Funny Word as part of our book selection process last year. And I remember reading it and thinking, wow, I'm so glad this book exists. I have 2 other, this is my 3rd, and I'm so glad that there's literature out there like that I definitely did not have growing up, and it's so meaningful that we have a space to celebrate these books and then make art about these books and bring community together, especially on challenging topics, and just have a space for joy and a space for frustration and good conversation. And if that's something that is meaningful to you as well, I want to encourage you to consider becoming a member tonight. Becoming a member of the Bushwick Book Clubs means that you donate monthly at an amount that is comfortable for you. It could be as low as $5 a month. And that membership fee goes directly into supporting everything you see here tonight, paying for our songwriters, paying our graphic designer, paying our sound engineers, supporting style, supporting our production team, all of that necessary work if we want to continue to exist and to continue to be a community. We really need your support now more than ever as organizations like ours are challenged and trying to be silenced. So during intermission, please come over to the merch table and ask us questions about how to be a member. We'd love to have you join us. And the other thing that I want to talk to you about is this signed poster. We've got the poster for tonight's show that every artist that you are going to see on stage has signed. So if you would like to take this home as a really cool memento from this evening, we will have a silent auction table over at the merch section where you can bid on this beautiful poster by Barbie Statman, our fantastic artist who's created all of the artwork for our season. And you can take this home tonight. Now, we had an incident a few shows ago where people forgot how silent auctions work. So I'm just going to make sure we all know how a silent auction works. When you go to write your bid amount down, it should be more than the number before you. It shouldn't be less. Although we appreciate the heart, we appreciate that you want to support us, we do ask that those bids go up, increase. You won't win, you won't get this poster if your bid goes down. So come bid on the poster, come become a member with us, and I'll see you during intermission. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Emily, and please do consider supporting this organization as a member. Sustaining memberships are just an excellent way to make sure that small arts nonprofits like this have cash in the door all year round. Trust me, I run a small arts nonprofit myself. It's very stressful to bank on one big fundraiser a year. So memberships really help us sleep at night, and they help us make sure that artists like these next folks get paid swiftly, promptly, and what they deserve for the work that they do. So, before you go and visit the silent auction to win that poster and tool around at intermission, you refresh your drinks before you choose to put your name in the hat to sign up for quiz in the second half of the show, we've got one more act for you right now. Now, these folks who are getting set up on the stage are Kuwaisiana. This is a bilingual alternative rock group that blends Arabic and English lyrics to create a unique sound that resonates globally. They are led by Plus Aziz, whose Kuwaiti-American identity shapes the band's music, and they explore themes of Arab identity, unity, and cultural bridging. I had the pleasure of introducing them back last January at the Aesop's Fable show, and you folks are in for a treat because they slap. So, please give it up for Kuwaisiana.
Thank you so much, everyone. Wow. Bushwick Book Club. Some really amazing artists. We connected very strongly with Genderqueer, the graphic novel. And similar to Kay, kind of like got mixed in with some current events. But we were really able to connect with the idea of kind of finding alignment between mind and body. Also, a lot of the stuff around self-expression and some of those kind of like seemingly cosmetic things and how important they are, and kind of grounding some of the more deep-rooted goals that we have collectively as just a solidarity movement in general. So this song is called No Kings, and I hope you like it. Should also describe us. So over here on the left, you have our bassist, Brian. Brian, how would you describe yourself tonight?
Very psychedelic dress, non-binary person with some luscious hair, would we say? We'll say luscious, yes.
Yeah. Yusuf's hair is also luscious.
Yes.
They have a flower in their right ear and dressed similarly to me, t-shirt and some denim straight cut. I'm wearing a t-shirt. What's that? I thought someone said something. My t-shirt says Free Kuwait, which is kind of a throwback to the 90s, but also a cryptic clue about what's happening right now in the country where they polled citizenships for almost 40,000 people since May 2024. So I encourage you all to research and look into that. Speaking of kings. Thank you.
Keep it going for Kuwaisiana, everybody. All right, my friends, it is now time for us to take a little break, have a little intermission. You can go over here. You can see if you can win that poster by bidding in the silent auction. You can go get yourself another beverage. There are cocktails in the back there, very important. And you can also drop your name in the hat to play the quiz, which we will commence with when we return from intermission. So we'll see you all in about 10 or 15 minutes. Thanks so much.
My name is Wes Weddell. I'm Associate Director of Bushwick Northwest. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support all season long. I am a 6-foot-tall white guy, mid-40s, kept his pandemic facial hair, and is still wearing his Band Books season t-shirt. It's been my once-a-month shirt since September. This is Drea Marilyn, Bushwick's program manager. Drea had a very heavy hand in curating tonight's lineup, and so if you're liking what you're hearing, there's a lot of credit that should go right here. And speaking of credit, Sailor, I did not write those book descriptions. Whatever Saddle Up Space Gaze or whatever that opener was, that wasn't me. I want to give credit where it's due. Those were written by Michael Wallenfels, who has been a longtime friend of Bushwick in a number of capacities and a great friend to arts organizations all around the state. First order of business, if you left this set of keys in one of the bathrooms, they're here. I have them. And, oh, we have a winner. All right. Fantastic. All right, it's quiz time. If you haven't observed or participated in the Bushwick quiz previously, some things you need to know. You do not have to have read the books to participate. In fact, having read the books won't help you at all. Goodness, Mo. Crank down on that. Mo Preventure is running front of house sound tonight, by the way, and is stronger than me. All right, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to draw 3 names out of the Bushwick spittoon. If you are one of those names and you got the question on the slip correct, there's somebody every night who doesn't. Then you can come up for a chance to win some more prizes. So we're all on the same page, though. I'm going to let's make sure we agree on the answer to the question. The question was it's not really a question. It's more of a prompt. Identify the funny word. A, the. B, is. C, was. D, sex. Anybody? That's correct. Yep. Yes, sex is the funny word. Very good. All right. Let's show the prizes before traffic gets too crowded up here, Drea. All right. So you're playing for your choice of the Bushwick Summer Pack, which is a koozie and a coaster. The coaster says read, sing, repeat. The koozie has our book GB on there. You too can have one of these Band Books season t-shirts that Drea and I are both wearing. All right. If that size doesn't work for you, come talk to us later, or tonight's all about trying different things. And again, you cannot be an arts organization in Seattle without a tote bag. That's right. That's right. PCC, here we come. All right, if we call your name, you will come up, please come up these stairs here. All other access points are probably not covered by Town Hall's insurance. And Drea will have you write your name on an index card, which will become part of our high-tech scoring system, which we have used for more than 10 years at this point. All right, contestant the first. Got it wrong. No way. It's is it covering up the name? What was your answer? C, was. Zella. Oh, excellent. Is that a Jolie? Excellent. Ellie. Thank you. Over there is great, yes. All right, every one of these Bushwick quizzes is simply category A or category B. I will say a thing. You tell me if it's category A or category B. You will speak your answer confidently, if you choose, into this microphone so that the viewers at home can hear you as well. So one of tonight's books is about funny words. And I got to thinking about funny words. And you know what else is a funny word? Almost every place name in England. So, I learned a whole lot about English towns that have a council, and then English towns that have something else, like perhaps a market charter, or they were a borough, or anyway, you have to tell me town or not town. It's very simple. All right, Zella, you were first. Step up to this microphone here. All right, how about Dorking? All of these are real places. Dorking, town or no town?
We're going with no town?
That's correct. Dorking, as Ella clearly knew, was a market charter. All right. Jolie. All right. Royal Wootton Bassett.
Town.
That's correct. All right. Kirkby Lonsdale.
Not town.
That's a town. That's okay. So first to three wins, and we keep going until y'all get there. All right. Leatherhead.
That's the name?
Leatherhead.
That one's definitely a town.
It is not. It's also a market charter. Okay. Tadcaster.
Ooh. Town.
Correct. Cleobury Mortimer.
Not town.
Correct. Market charter. All right. Midsummer Norton.
Town.
No. Market charter. All right. For the win, Grimsby.
Not a town.
Correct. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Charter trustees. Okay. Ellie. Bushy.
Not town.
Correct. Market charter. Zella. What? Jolie got 3, but Zella only, or sorry, no, Ellie. Yeah, everybody's got, yeah. I didn't spend the time I spent on this to end the bit after one of you gets there. I'm not even hosting tonight, I'm taking the time. All right.
All right, got it.
Okay, Maidenhead.
Town.
Nope.
Dang it.
Borough. All right, yeah, you can just sit here and just enjoy the show at this point. All right. Okay. Ingleby Barwick.
Town.
Correct. All right. Okay, so it's just you until we get there.
Oh dear, okay.
Okay. All right. Quedgley.
Not town.
That's a town. Basildon.
Also not town.
Correct.
Okay, woo!
Okay. All right. St. Justin Penwith.
Town.
Correct.
All right,
Amazing. All right, audience, for you, Boodle. It's a borough. It's a borough. All right, Portishead. Not Tortoisehead, no. Portishead is a town. Thank you for playing the Bushwick Quiz. Thank you, audience, for a season of hilarity with the Bushwick Quizzes. I will see you all right over there for prize distribution. In addition to these prizes, we will let each of the contestants take a book off of our new tradition, the Member Bookshelf, where at the end of the show, anyone who is a Bushwick member, including people who joined tonight, can take a book off of that. Don't take these are town halls, they'll be mad. Off of the Bushwick Bookshelf. Thank you for playing the quiz.
Thank you, Wes, for excellent quizzing. For a whole season of excellent quizzing. Now, folks, did you have a nice little intermission? You all got some drinks, you went outside, you had some fresh air, you chatted, you bid in the silent auction. I see someone is bidding in the silent auction right now. Congratulations to you. I was also told you're all doing it correctly and the numbers are going up. So good work there. Now, there is another fundraiser that Bushwick will be doing just shortly here over the summer. So if you do not win this silent auction, I want to encourage you to participate in Bushwick's summer fundraiser, their online silent auction. And I'll tell you about a few of those auction items right now so you can strategize, you can think about it. So this will be running online from July 7th to July 17th, so you've got a good little 10-day window there. And here's a few things that you can bid on, and all of your bids, all of the dollars raised will go to support Bushwick Northwest, in addition to your memberships. All of that comes together to help support their season of work, which is both the programming that you're seeing tonight and style in classrooms. So in that online silent auction, a perennial favorite item is a sushi dinner prepared by Executive Director Jeff Larson over there. Look at that, that could be yours. You could be eating all of that, handmade for you by Jeff. He will treat you and 4 of your friends and family to a sushi dinner, plus you get to hang out with his dogs, the famous Gus and Pickles. And they will be ready to accept treats just for being the cutest dogs in the world. Yeah. Here's a few things Jeff specializes in. I love that he listed his specialties. He makes the Larsonius Thump Roll, which is spicy hamachi, avocado, cream cheese, scallions, ikura, and more. He makes the Larson Lemon Scallop Ball, which is scallops, scallions, tobacco, and lemon. Vancouver, this is it roll. Spicy scallops, cucumber, avocado, and seared salmon. And he'll invent a roll just for you if you want. So, this is a really good chance to hang out. There's your doggies. This is a great chance to hang out with Jeff and his dogs. And you can ask past winners Amanda Winterhalter, Shanyu Pai, and Kristen Young how these parties roll. So if you're interested in that, you know any of those folks, get the deets. Hang out with those dogs. There's also a $75 gift certificate to Bar Del Corso, where you can have some of the best pizza in Seattle. They're a James Beard semifinalist, y'all. So that's pretty good. And I'm noticing a theme here. They also give Jeff's dogs treats. So it's a good restaurant because it gives treats to dogs. Jeff and Wes are both giant Mariners fans. So you could join the Bushwick Northwest production team at a Seattle Mariners baseball game. They're happy to tell you, Jeff and Wes are happy to tell you about the game at length, or they are also happy to shut up and let you enjoy the game. Your choice. There's always room, and you can also talk about stuff that's not baseball, because the best part about a baseball game is that it's a leisurely activity. It's a 19th century sport, right? So it allows you to have a whole conversation about whatever you want. If you want to sit at a baseball game and talk about that Ursula K. Le Guin novel that you're going to read for next season, you can do that. If you want to talk about Space Cowboys, you want to talk about Beach Read, you can do all of that. You can also get the inside scoop on everything Bushwick Northwest. The date of that will determine where they end up sitting, but nonetheless, it would be a fun time if you happen to like baseball and or like Jeff and Wes. I got 2 more things I can share with you. And again, these silent auction dates are July 7th through 17th. So this is just a little preview to get you strategizing your bids now. So a couple more items coming up for you that we've got in store, which I could probably look over there and get to it a lot faster than my paper, but that's okay. Here we are. All right, 2 more things. There's a $100 gift card plus a show at Seattle Opera. So this is Russell's Tavern in Fremont plus a Seattle Opera experience. You can gather there for good drinks and great conversation over craft beers. And then you'll also get tickets to a show at Seattle Opera. So that's a nice little combination there. Dinner and a show, great time. And then lastly, this is a pretty special item, especially if you are a member and you're visiting the Bushwick bookshelf tonight and taking something home. I bet you're going to want somewhere to put that. And if you're anyone like me, any way in which you might be like me is that your bookshelves are probably overflowing, and I bet you could use a new one. So, Amanda Workman will build you your own book nook. Here's samples of some of her work. You can just tuck yourself right away into a little cozy corner in your house, and she'll design it just for you. You can come up with all kinds of various versions, various themes for this little miniature book nook. Unfortunately, it is not for all of your large-size books, only for the ones for Stuart Little. But that's okay. So I know you've got room for that in your house as well. So that's 5 items that you can bid on July 7th through July 17th to help support Bushwick Northwest. So I hope you guys will think about that. And you can also, of course, continue to bid on this silent auction item here throughout the evening. We will draw the winner at the end of the show. Are you all ready for some more music inspired by these 2 really cool books? All right, well, I am delighted to bring our first performer to you here in the second half of the show. And I have to say that I'm particularly delighted by the tagline that she has given herself, or that others have given her, which is the raunchy rap queen. I like that, and I feel like I want to steal her for burlesque shows, and I haven't even heard her rap yet, but I can't wait. Okay, ready? Okay, great. Yeah, girl. So, my friends, this is Samcori, and she is an award-winning, genre-bending singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and voice actor. She also writes songs with cool names like Douchebag and Douchebag the Sequel. So, you may have seen her in last season's Bushwick premiere at Moby Dick. And she also recently did a really cool thing of opening for the Crash Test Dummies at the Lincoln Theater in Mount Vernon. So, are we ready for Samcori, everybody?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hi. Well, I had my choice between these 2 books, and I read Sex is a Funny Word, and I wrote a song, and I was all ready, and then I threw it away. And I decided that I wanted to, my most relatable experience was me as a kid having a lot of questions. So I was like, I think I want to write a song that has to do with all the questions that I had, back in my childhood when, Top Gun was played for me, and it was that volleyball scene, playing with the boys, and they're all greased up, and I'm like, what's that about? So, and also I'm a lady. I'm wearing some flowery pantaloons. I've got a high bun on top of my head, and I'm wearing a shirt rocking my favorite queer artist of all time, Freddie Mercury and Queen. All right, so this is my song. I'm gonna make as few mistakes as I can. is sex? Did it happen to T-Rex? What are pecs? Do they change when you're old or just when you flex? Is it inviting? Is it frightening? Is it both? Is it thunder or lightning? Is it the right thing when you're fighting? Sex is a funny word. It's a funny, funny, funny word. What is in the sack? Is it like hacky sack? Is it like gum in the pack? Is it like cracker on the jack? Is it something that I lack? Is it like a snack? Is it like wood upon the shack? Sex is a funny word. It's a funny, funny, funny word. Na na na. Sometimes I feel a tingle when I look at old Kris Kringle. Does that have to do with sex? Am I close or am I obsessed? Is it the best? Is it always at the man's behest? Is there always hair upon his chest? Sex is a funny word. It's a funny, funny, funny word. Na na na. Is it a breast or a boob? I heard dudes can be rude when you're in the nude. Yeah, they're like a lewd crew bag of pre-chewed food, dude. It's a funny, funny word. Na, na. Is it why I have legs, a butt and some eggs? Is it why there are eggs or your boyfriend begs? Do I have to wear a bra? Do I have to listen to ska or sing his song? Na 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 na. What is a vagina? Will it take me to North Carolina? Not right now, I know I'm a minor. Is it one, is it two, or two or then three? Does it make you blind or make you see? Is it now or wait till you're 23 or 17? Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean? Sex is a funny word. Na na, na na. It's a funny, funny, funny word. Na na. Am I an object or a person? Will life get better or will it worsen? It's a funny word. Na na. Is it a sin or a sport? I read about it in my mom's dad bought a report. Oh, 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 oh. Is it in your thoughts or in your fears? Or is it at the mall where you're going to Sears? Is it at the movies while everyone cheers? Sex is a funny, funny word. Na na, na na, na na, na. Is it only in bed? Is it a thing that you dread? Also, what is giving head? Does it vibrate? Does it titrate? Does it contain titanium nitrate? Is it better than ice cream? Is it better than a dream? Is it bad? Is it obscene? Also, what is a wet dream? Sex is a funny word. It's a funny, funny, funny word. No, no, no. Should I be terrified of my own head or terrified of my own bed? Is it rare? Is it square? Over here? Over there? Yeah, is it rare? Is it square? Over here? Over there? Is it me? Is it you on the sea in a shoe? Is it north? Is it south? Is it in? Is it out? Is it thin? Is it stout? The tea or the spout? Is it tip me over, baby, and pour me out? My sister said she don't like ya, but she still hits the bong with ya. She said she don't belong with ya, then she called you her Count Schlongula. Does it make you sing? Does it make you sick or make you fight? Is it a daytime thing or best at night? Is it hot? Is it cold? When you're young, when you're old, is like a painting when you're sold. When is it right? When is it wrong? Is it a place where I can belong? I heard it's like a cylinder and two spheres. After a couple of beers and an elegant syncopation for the clumsiest in the nation. What is a body for? Do I have to enjoy it? I spend most of my days just trying to avoid it. If I don't express my insecurity, I'm afraid that would be insincerity. And after all this, would somebody really care for me? I used to think I liked my eyes, then I saw some blue ones. Now that's a part that I despise. Gonna have to get some new ones. Too bad, so sad, it's the only body I've ever had. And sex is a funny word. Oh. Is it the birds or the bees on the birds? Is it a funny feeling when you've heard sex is a funny word? Is it the bees on the birds or the birds on the bees? Is it that funny feeling when you sneeze? Sex is a funny word. Is it still? Does it move? Is it rough? Is it smooth? What is a fupa? Is it like a chalupa? Is it Koopa Troopa? And does it always droopa? Yeah, sex is a funny word. Oh, 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 it's a funny word. Oh, funny, 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 funny word. Na na na, na na na, na na na, na na na. That's it. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate you.
Keep it going for Samcori, friends. If you want to learn a little bit more about where you can see more from some of the artists tonight, there is a digital program. You can scan that right there, and that'll tell you everything about their bios. It'll tell you about like album releases. It'll also tell you about some upcoming shows. But I'm going to tell you about just one of Sam's upcoming shows this summer, mostly because I think it's funny. So on August 2nd, you can catch Sam at Bob's Java Jive Rooftop Show with, and this is important, an all-male dad bod wet t-shirt contest. I mean, she's got a song called Dad Bod, so it feels like a right fit. So you can learn about all of our other artists tonight and what they're going to be up to and where you can catch them online by scanning that QR code and checking out the digital program. Also, has anybody ever played the Bushwick Book Club crossword? If you have not, Amy Zoe creates a beautiful, challenging, and in-depth crossword puzzle for every Bushwick show. And you can scan that QR code right there and give yourself something to fill out on the light rail home tonight. So or later when you're trying to sleep, or tomorrow morning when you don't want to read the news. All great reasons to do the Bushwick crossword. So that's a few things that you can take home with you tonight for free, courtesy of Bushwick Northwest. Now, we've got more artists coming up for you tonight. That was just the first in the top of this second half. Great way to start, yeah? We're feeling good about that? Well, remember earlier when I said we had 6 first-timers, and if you were doing math, you've met 3 of them. So that means that now is a great time for us to introduce you to another person making their Bushwick debut tonight. So I would like to welcome to the stage your next artist, Lauren Fernandez. Lauren is an alternative singer-songwriter with a dream of fostering community through music and storytelling. She combines dynamic guitar with delicate vocals and weaves together sentimental lyrics to share stories of human connection, home, and belonging. So let us welcome her here and show her that she belongs. Lauren Fernandez, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren, and for those watching at home, I am wearing a fuzzy white sweater with little flowers and tiny little pearls and some gray pants that I stole from my dad. And I have shoulder-length hair. And I really enjoyed reading Genderqueer and Sex is a Funny Word. And while I read both books, one thing that came to mind was my experience growing up and being curious and the different ways different people have tried to teach me or explain what sex is. I remember my mom took me to the library and we got this little book, and I was very confused, and I was so certain that there are eggs this size in women's bodies, and they go into the guy, and then when they kiss, it fertilizes and they go back, and that's how babies were made. And I was so confused. But reading Sex is a Funny Word was great because I feel like besides that, all you really learn in sex ed is either how is it done, and here are some diagrams. But we don't really talk about expression and how you feel and what feels true to you, not how should you feel or present yourself. And it made me think about how there's so much we still have to learn sometimes, and a lot of ways we can define ourselves to make us feel at home in our bodies, in our communities, and just everywhere else, and how wonderful that would feel if we continue to move towards that direction. So I wrote this song. a garden I'm tending to what's forgotten. I'm able to see now what's inside must be brought out. What's been taken must be returned. What's still missing must be learned. I'm sure now what belongs to me has always been mine to keep. Bloom in the spring, dancing among the petals, but I wasn't ready to clip off my wings, so I think I'll just bloom on my own. Thank you.
Keep it going for Lauren Fernandez, friends. Again, one of our first timers. We have an extra round of applause for that. Yes, a lovely start. All right, our next artist in this half of the show is not a stranger to Bushwick, not one of our first timers. You may have seen this artist at the Picture of Dorian Gray Salon or Violetta or Moby Dick last season or recently in the band Book Club. Now, in chronological order, Christianna Crabbe has tried his hand at being, Christianna Crabbe has tried his hand at being a wedding singer, evangelist, real estate agent, street performer, ship tour guide, theater coach, escape room actor, martial arts instructor, urban forestry consultant, projection artist, conflict de-escalation trainer, voice actor, dog walker, and of course, a musician, which is the side of them that you will be hearing tonight. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage Christianna Crabbe.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, there I am. I'm gonna untangle here. This is called a Q chord. It's a synthesizer. Everybody always asks. It's like an omnichord, and if you want to know what an omnichord is, it's like a Q chord. Stupid. I'm gonna be on the floor. Sorry for those watching on the live stream, but I'll describe myself. I'm wearing a full leather getup. I got the mom tattoo, very Tammy of Finland, if you're familiar. I think I'm gonna try and actually maybe stand and be up here so I'm not feeding back. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Yeah, I love this book, and what resonated most with me, I did genderqueer, surprise. What resonated most with me was when our protagonist meets people who kind of open up different doors for them in their queerness. And I was like, oh, I've been that to a lot of people. I've cracked some eggs. I facilitated a sexual debut or two. You know, the first time somebody hears you sigh out your chosen name, it's very special. And it's also bittersweet because, you know, sometimes somebody is like in a process of transformation, and then by the time that it's done, you know, you kind of have to let the baby gay go because they've found something else out. And I was like feeling very maternal in like the weird leather gay way that maybe some of you understand, maybe some of you don't. And I wrote a surprisingly kind of sad song, well, not sad, but serious song for Q chord, which is a really silly instrument. It sounds like, the instrument sounds like this. So it's like very silly, but I tried to honor my feelings. And I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. So I'm gonna angle. Is this anything? Sorry about you guys over there. All right, let's try it. Thanks, everyone. I have been a door for you. I have been a door and you've walked through. I have been a door for you and you've walked through. I have been a door and you've come inside and come alive. I rearranged the furniture so you'd have space to grow. How could I know you'd become so beautiful and you'd become so free and not need me? That you'd become so beautiful and you'd become so free and not need me to hold your old name inside. Like a childhood doll within my walls, you were protected, but now you've become a man, and the threshold that I am, you've walked through. I've been a door to you, and I still adore you. I've been a door to you. Thanks, everyone.
Keep it going for Christianna, everybody. Thank you so much. So, Christianna is also part of the band Sprig, and they'll be having an album release show on July 25th at the Connor Burn in Ballard, and that is mask required, by the way. So if you're a person who takes COVID safety really seriously, that is a great safe space for you to go out and enjoy some cool music. So you can put that on your calendar right now. All right, my friends, we've come to the point where I can tell you the final 3 books in next season. Are you ready? You ready for 3 more books? Well, here we go. Now, this first one is something that I think you all know quite well. And when we put its name on the screen, a certain piece of music by John Williams will instantly pop into your head because it is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Welcome to an escape room with teeth. In Jurassic Park, science breaks the rules, capitalism signs the checks, and a remote island becomes a high-stakes survival game, complete with frighteningly clever girls. It says velociraptors, but I had to change that. Michael Crichton's techno-thriller classic is a masterclass in hubris, chaos theory, and running really fast. Life finds a way, and then it tries to eat you. So if you are a fan of the film or a fan of that novel, that's going to be a delightful one to come out and join us for. And I've got 2 more for you. Our next title is another thing that I think you'll find quite familiar. I'm sensing like a little turn to the nostalgic in these final 3 that I'm revealing. Because that one is The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Inconceivable? Hardly. The Princess Bride takes the tired damsel in distress narrative, flips it, parodies it, and sets it galloping off in an endlessly quotable mission of revenge. William Goldman's classic satire gleefully dismantles the fantasy genre, only to rebuild it with sharper jokes, deeper feelings, and the best revenge speech in literature. And yes, before you ask, there is kissing. Just get over it. Anybody want a peanut? All right, I've got one more, and this is beloved, I think, probably to many of us in this room. It is Maurice Sendak's classic, Where the Wild Things Are. So Max's Tantrum kicks off one of the most dreamy, defiant, and timeless stories in children's literature. Where the Wild Things Are is a beautifully bonkers reminder that escape isn't always about leaving, it's about finding space to be your weirdest, wildest self. So let's let the wild rumpus begin. That's our season for next year, plus one bonus. There's always an Ink Aloud show that's featuring local authors. So we hope that you will consider getting a Bushwick membership and coming out to join us to see some wonderful songs written by fabulous local musicians, inspired by all of these great books. I think it'll be a really wonderful place to escape to, don't you? I think so. Well, shall we escape into some more music right now? How do you feel about that? All right. Well, we're going to welcome another first-timer to the stage tonight. And this artist, she is a real busy bee. Jade Monroe develops food waste reduction policies for a sustainable future by day, and by night advocates for democracy, bee keeps, and shares her soul through songwriting with her ultra-talented bandmates. And by the way, when we say busy bee, I want you to know that she's had a very, very busy day today and all days leading up to this, because she organized the No Kings rally in Tacoma today, okay? And still made it here. So thank you for your work on that. You ready to play some music for folks?
I might be.
Okay,
we'll
Jade
see.
Monroe, everybody.
Thank you. How we doing? Another round of applause for Bushwick Book Club. This is so sweet and special. It's nice to be here. And Brady McCowan will be accompanying me on saxophone, so let's give him a round of applause. Sex is a funny word. We've had a lot of fun tonight. I don't know if I can say anything that hasn't been said, so I don't want to be annoying. But, you know, when you approach a project, so I get approached by my wonderful friend Drea to be here tonight, and I go, yeah, I can definitely write to a banned book. I love activism. And I have this idea of it's going to be about body dysmorphism, and for the people at home, Jade Monroe, she, her, it's funny, Brady and I didn't coordinate clothes, and yet, like, he gets in my car, and how would you describe how we look? Can you? Oh, whoa, so stop.
Classic.
Classic. We have classic style. You have two musicians with classic style. You have a floral pattern on both of us. We both have brown tones with black and brown accents, for those listening online. But yeah, so Brady McCowan, he, him, Jade Monroe, she, her, I said that. So yeah, we want to be brief with talking about the book, but we want to talk about it. So consent is where I focused on, but I wasn't planning on focusing on it because I get the book from the Tacoma Public Library. Shout out public libraries. We do love our public libraries. If you don't go to public libraries, still get your library card. It's how many of them measure success, and so go get your card. I really found that the book was educational. Like, for me as a person, as an adult, it's a kid's book. And so I was reading it and I'm like, oh shit, I'm learning. I'm learning how to deal with my mom. I'm learning how to deal with relationships, and I'm learning I am the problem. And so, I'm not talking about my big shoulders anymore. And I'm talking about things that actually matter and are consequential. And so I wrote about consent in the themes of the book today. And you'll find a little twist, not to, you know, you're going to hear the end. So this spoiler alert, 5 minutes from now, you're going to hear the end. It's actually, it's like the chorus is about, I want to hear something, but it's actually from many people trying to hear it from me. And so the last lyric is about, maybe I will say it. And so the idea is, can we give ourselves consent to be vulnerable? So, is an artist. All right, here we go. We need tempo. I'm sorry, you're not playing drums.
you hiding, locking up your heart so tight? You play it so cool. It's somewhere between control and a hard fight. Yeah, you're both don't going by. So what you doing calling on a Monday night? Yeah, I'm already gone. Somewhere between a dream and a hard life. Yeah, you're good and so I hope
Thank you. Brady. Thank you.
Keep it going for Jade Monroe, friends. And if I didn't tell you this before, you'll notice from the slide, first timer. So if you are counting, yes, a hand of applause for that, one of our Bushwick debuts tonight. So if you've been counting, we are at 5 out of 6 first timers, which means we have one more, and good news, you get to see them next. So, with our final debut tonight, but not our final performance, I would like to welcome to the stage another person who defines themselves in their bio as keeping very busy, and this is also true. It's like the theme of the second half of the show is here's a person who does 900 things. So, our next artist tonight keeps busy with a lot of different projects. You can listen to their album Soft Serve wherever you stream music, and that's just one of the things that they do. Because you can also hear them shred with their Spice Girls cover band Spice Force 5, or with their live karaoke band Karaoke. Or perhaps you know them the way that I do, which is through burlesque, where you might see them as bottomless fries. A name so unforgettable that when I saw their debut, I said, yep, gonna remember that every time I go through the drive-thru, because that is what I want. I want bottomless fries. But they are here tonight in their non-burlesque persona, and yet it is nonetheless sparkly. Please welcome to the stage, Carly Sparkly.
The drive-thru is exactly where I want people to be thinking about me. That's lovely. Hello, my name's Carly Sparkly. I use they, them pronouns. And for those of you watching at home, I am white and Japanese. I got the very rare white mom, Japanese dad combo, not to brag. I have freckles and brown, curly, wavy hair. I have a black fringed top on and some tiger print shorts. Yes, they are shorts. And I'm agender. I clearly wrote my song about direct connection to genderqueer. And I discovered that I am agender via, remember lockdown? Yeah, remember that? I was using a Snapchat filter on my laptop for all of my Zoom appearances, and my favorite way to be in that filter was a potato. And once I saw myself stripped of limbs and parts and just a potato in the dirt, I said, that's me. That's my gender. And I asked my roommates to practice using they, them pronouns for me, and I highly recommend, if you're going on a gender journey, doing that with your loved ones, because it helped me realize, yes, I want everyone to refer to me as they, them. I am an agender potato. Yeah. Genderqueer, if you've read it, is very diary-like, and Carly Sparkly's songs are also very diary-like. There's a lot that Maia and I share in common, even though we are very different. We both have gender idols that helped us discover who we are and what our queerness looks like. Maia's were Johnny Weir and One Direction. Mine were E.T. and Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. Like Maia, I discovered that genderqueerness can bring on so much body panic. It really makes you think about, like, what's inside of me, what's attached to me, and what's missing from me. But what I'm really thinking about a lot today are the people that helped Maia feel affirmed in gender community. I'm really grateful for mine. Queer community is really powerful. And I'm really hopeful that despite genderqueer being the most challenged book in the nation, that some queer person somewhere who feels alone and who could use the message about community from genderqueer finds that book in their hands against all odds. So here's my song. It's called Drawing the Demons. I learned to read, yearned to undress, felt the grass on my ass with the sun on my chest, shaved my legs, started to bleed, left my heart in the yard where I first stood and peed. I felt like two halves of a soul. Don't know where you could put me or where I should go, but I know I will not go alone. I will go boldly nowhere and make it feel like home. New ritual burning out my plans and drawing the demons that crawl out my hands. Sailed on a ship, safe in my mind. Touched a body part that I don't have all the time. Bit my lip, cried in the car. Tried to come out to Mom, but we didn't get far. I think my friends might already know there's not just one direction where I'm meant to go. It all flows, and I will not float alone. I will go boldly nowhere and make it feel like home. New ritual burning all my plans and drawing the demons that crawl out my hands. Land in your yard in the shape of a brain with two mouths, and one might call you up. I will not crash alone. I will go boldly nowhere and make it feel like home. New ritual burning all my plans and drawing the demons that crawl out my hands. I cut off my tags, I shed my skin, shook the rocks out my shoes, and I started again. Thanks, y'all.
Keep it going for Carly Sparkley, everybody. The last of our first timers tonight. Can we have another round of applause for them and for all of our Bushwick debuts? So great. Just so great to have like new folks and new voices in the room. And that's kind of like the beauty of what this is that every month you get to hear new songs from new artists that are new to you and then fall in love with them and follow them. And remember where that digital program is? Maybe Jeff will put up a QR code in case you forget. But if he doesn't, that's okay because he's got other stuff to put up right now. Because I want to say thanks especially to folks who are making everything run tonight. And one of those people is our front of house sound person, Mo Preventure over there. Say thanks also to our live stream tech, Mitch. Thank you for filming tonight. There's that digital program if you need it and need to find out everything else that's going on here. The beautiful art that you see for this season and for next season is designed by Barbie Statman. So if you were wanting to take a piece of that home, we will shortly tell you which one of you got to win it. Tonight, the Bushwick theme song is written and performed by Julia Massey, so thanks for that. And the premise of this comes from Susan Huang, so just credit where credit is due. back east where this originated. Our production team tonight is Jeff Larson, Carrie Garvin, Drea Marilyn, Emily Persia, and Wes Weddell. Can we give it up for the folks who make this happen all year? We also want to say thanks to our volunteers tonight. That's Alicia Baker. Thank you, Alicia, for helping us out. And to our photographer, Kevin O., who, by the way, is running around tonight and also photographed this entire season. So thank you so much for that, Kevin. And thanks to the folks at Town Hall. Claire Eadstrom is our venue manager tonight. You might have seen Claire before here on the Bushwick stage. She's also a musician. And thanks also to KJ at the bar and to Heidi at the door. It takes a lot of people to make a show like this go, so thank you to all of you for helping us out tonight. Now, I want to ask Emily if we're ready. Are we ready to give away that cool poster? We got a winner? We got a winner? All right. Here you go.
The winner of this beautiful poster celebrating this fabulous night of music is going to Sandy Irby. Yes, so Sandy, if you could meet us over at the merch table at the end of the show, we will happily take your donation for this poster. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for participating in that silent auction to support Bushwick Northwest. Now, we've got one more song for you tonight. And as these fine folks take the stage, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you're in for. But as you can see, there's a lot going on. So it's great when we can send you out into the night with something a little extra, a little witchy, a little cowboy indie rock, if we might say. So, led by Nance, this is Rodeo Coven. Hello. And they are a brand spanking new experience, and they're here to melt your face off with love and care and friendship and community. Nance is a Chamorro queer and non-binary indie pop singer-songwriter, really influenced heavily by country and jazz. And you're gonna hear a lot of great music tonight for crybabies, the delusional, and the stone-hearted all at once. There's a little something for everyone. All right, are you folks ready to give it up for Rodeo Coven?
Hello. Hi, I'm Nance. I made a little song to do our visual description, which is inspired by Samcori. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. I am Nance and I am brown. Spur is tall and plays guitar. Lise is tall and plays the drums. Tori is a normal height. They play bass and we're all wearing camo. I'm so happy to be up here. Most of my, as I said in my spiel when I filled out the form, most of my Bushwick songs are so sad. I'm literally working on a song with Jeff that's literally called Misery. And I originally, being a non-binary person, I was like, I should probably try reading genderqueer. And then I opened up the first 2 pages and I was like, I'm tired of crying. So I chose sex is a funny word, and then I cried anyway. Because that's just how it goes. This is a little sweet country song with my new sweet country band with all these cuties. It's called Hold Me Close. And take it away, Spur. Two beats of my heart skipped when I saw you. Spent a long time messing around with people who don't come through. When you say my name, my mind starts racing. I spent a long time running away, but now I'm doing the chasing. basking in sunshine. A lot of people got a lot to say, but baby, don't pay no mind. Uh-oh. Pour you a big, big glass of water. Make you something real good for dinner. Send you home with the leftovers. We could walk around the neighborhood, laugh at all the little dogs barking, get distracted by the sunset, and hope to God that you found it charming. Guess I'm gonna go to hell for loving you. Better stay away from holy water. Guess I'm gonna go to hell for being true, 'cause I can never be the perfect daughter. Baby, hold me close. Hold me close. Baby, hold me close. Baby, hold me.
Give it up for Rodeo Coven, everybody. Thank you so much to our friends here in Rodeo Coven for bringing us home tonight. And thank all of you for being here. I'm going to give a quick thank you to everybody who performed tonight before we all send you out on your way. So if you can just keep that round of applause going and growing over we read these names out for you. Everybody you saw tonight: Kat Bula, Jean Mann, Elston, Kay Van Petten, Jamie Irby, Kuwaisiana, Samcori, Lauren Fernandez, Christianna Crabbe, Jade Monroe, Carly Sparkley, and Rodeo Coven. Just an incredible way to end our season here with Bushwick Book Club. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you in September. Have a great night, everybody.